Now, it's an amazing thing. International communication. And right there. The huge library of information available to you. International contacts that you can, get to know, even if you don't know the language. There's translation software that's pretty good. Folks, that's never happened in human history that you, not a king, not a dictator, not a premier, not a president, you could talk internationally so easily. All the time. You can see what's going on around the globe. You can. And what you find out is you all got the same issue. Basic things. But those basic things are so dramatic that they are the world economy. They're the economy that, and the direction that it's got to take here in the 21st century is the new economy. And that new economy is not the poison and pollution of profit at any price that we've seen. Now, you call it anything you want. You can call it capitalism. You can call it communism. You can call it dictatorship. You can call it king, aristocracy. Go back in history. It doesn't matter. They all had the same phenomena. The action was profit and domination. Profit at any price. And look what happened. Over and over and over again. And you keep buying into it. You go out and get killed to keep them, this little group, rich, to keep their business going, to keep their profits going. Over and over. And all sorts of excuses, all sorts of reasons. Some very dire ones. Oh yeah. But it's the same deal. Doesn't matter. So here in the 21st century, you got that history. You can look back on this thing, this economic history, and you can say, wait a minute, look where we are now. That this system has poisoned and polluted the whole planet for profit. For profit. And there's a billionaires flying around here that have done nothing but add to that poison and pollution of the whole planet, just so they can keep being super rich. Comes with the territory, you say. No, it doesn't. Who's the important thing here? The company or you? A corporation or you? What's the thing about your life? I would hope you'd say, your life. Now that's the same with everybody then, all around the planet. Just like you. So there's your new focus of economy. You. What you need. What benefits you. And by doing so, keeps you to have a healthy planet. Surprise, surprise. Clean air, clean water. Healthy, natural, organic food. And, big one, healthcare. You all need it. Some point in your life, you need some health care. One way or the other. Well, all these things become the economy. All these things become the motivation for the economy. You. Your taxes go into programs that come back to benefit you. Pretty straightforward. You're actually just paying yourself. Investing in yourself. So that your efforts, whatever you do in life, you got this part back. You've invested in it. It's done to benefit you. Now all the things of what is economy, businesses, they got to be the same way. Benefit you. You're the first thing. No business gets to poison your water supply and then you clean it up downstream. That's insane. If they poison your water supply, they're out of business. That's the modern economy. You're first. You're first. If they want to do business and use water, our water, then they can't poison and pollute it. When they discharge it back, it's got to be clean. That's their responsibility. That's their part of their business. Or they're out of business. You know how the situation is so stupid here in the U.S. You see it again and again, and especially in agricultural states, but all over. They poison your water supply. Businesses throw all this crap in the water supply. Agricultural runoff of pesticides and herbicides and these crazy fertilizers that get in your water supply. Poison your water supply. Come down to you. And you spend your tax money with water treatment plants to clean up their mess. Folks, that's insane. They can't pollute you in the first place because you're the most important thing. That's the 21st century economy. That's the same with your atmosphere. They can't be doing business that poisons, throws all this crap of toxic chemicals and all sorts of crap into your atmosphere. You're first. Makes sense. And still you have business, because business then does what you say. You have oversight of. It's your air. It's your water. It's your food. Somebody wants to do business and be a farmer. The responsibility of that is they're providing food for you. You hear this as a frequent thing. I heard it on a thing on the radio. It was a statement that was so got me because it's so insane. It's a program about dealing with the environment and whatnot. And the woman was saying how, the best way to take the pesticide residue off your apples, because all apples come, and other fruits, come with a coating still on them of pesticides. Poison. And the woman was saying, here's the best way to clean that off your apples. And she gave this little handy-dandy formula. And I thought, wait a minute. You're cleaning up their mess. You're being just kind of duped that it's okay to supply you poisoned food? That's crazy. That's insane. And then it's up to you to clean it up so that you can safely eat it? That's insane. That food can't come to you with any pesticide, poison, residue still on it in the first place, because you're the important thing. That's what business 21st century focus is like. Your clean air, your clean water, your food supply. And still going to be business, guarantee you. There's still going to be plenty of people who want to do business. Because there's going to be all sorts of new money to be made that isn't being done by all the poison and, toxic chemistry, with all the toxic machinery, with all the toxic energy producing aspects like coal, oil, nuclear. All those things are the toxic past of that old economy that got you to here, where the whole planet is poisoned. Because of that economy. Because of that economic policy of profit domination. Profit is more important than you. That's what they tell you. Especially Republicans tell you. That's who the Republican Party is. Profit is more important to you. That should be the credo of the Republican Party. Well, in the 21st century, you've reached that point. Boom. You get it. That old economic thing, and you got the information all the time about the poisoning of our atmosphere and our water and the climate change that's going on, and there it is. Well, who's resisting that? Who is the voices that were being told are denying that climate change? It isn't happening. Oh no, it's really not. Jeez, no, that's just made up stuff of these environmentalists, peoples. Who's the idiots that are saying that? People that have been paid by corporations to say that. Over and over again. Republicans say it. Why? Because they're resisting. Because they want to keep that money coming to those Republican businessmen, businesswomen. Even though it's poisoning and polluting the whole planet. That's why. But it has to happen. The 21st century is here. You get it. You see what has been done and the ramifications. You see it in the big terms, like the whole economics is got to change. And the motivation of that economic changes. And it has to be environmental sanity. Instead of what it is right now, anything goes, so long as you make a profit. Poison and pollute the whole place, they'll make a profit. And they'll clean up after you. Take it or leave it, or else they don't get a job. It's that kind of attitude. And you see where it got you. The planet. Poison and polluted. So you got it, bing, you're in it. You're in this global communications. You see it everywhere. You talk about it around the globe. It's a new economy. 21st century. I always say, you're coming out of the darkness. Of all that darkness, that idiocy, that ignorance, intentional ignorance, this attitude of aggression and domination, profit at any price. You're coming out of that darkness and you're coming into the light.